Welcome again to the Talking Pictures podcast with hosts Tony Toscano, CiCi Chambers, and Raquel Baldwin Horton. And welcome back to part 2 of our Black film interviews with actor Shabazz Ray, Demetrius Daniels, and Trevor Clegg. We're going to go right into the conversation, continuing from last week. If you would like to listen to last week and didn't have a chance to listen to it, you can pick it up on SoundCloud, in the archives at Geek Factor Radio, and on Libsyn, and on iTunes. And you can probably find us audio only on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, we're having such a great conversation here. But I want to skip to superheroes.
Okay. Best topic.
Everybody's, yeah. Comic-Con Salt Lake City's coming up.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to lose my tummy in time to wear my spandex again. But there's not enough black superheroes for me to show my curves. It just scares the white people. I'm sorry. What do you think of the new Black Panther?
I like him.
You do?
Yeah.
That's Trevor talking.
Yeah, this is Trevor. Yeah, I like him. I think he's a good character because it's refreshing. We need more black men on screen as far as...
And he fills that suit just...
Yeah, no, he's a good character. I was shocked when I saw him in the second one. I didn't know he was in the movie, and I loved it, though. I think he has a good character that'll last.
I agree, especially with Chadwick playing him. Because I can't remember what country he's based out of.
It's not Congo. It's like Mali. It's in the middle of Africa.
Yeah. But being able to play a character like that, I feel like Chadwick, he definitely took him on, and I'm glad that they chose him because I'm trying to think of any other actors that I felt that would have felt comfortable playing the Black Panther, and I can't think of any of that I could.
I'm glad they didn't pick Will Smith.
Oh no, that wouldn't have worked.
No,
that wouldn't have worked.
No.
Yeah.
In terms of the Black Panther and them choosing Chadwick Boseman, I think the guy is great, But you said you don't know if anybody else could be comfortable. I think Djimon Hounsou probably would have did a good job too. I don't know if you guys know who Djimon Hounsou is, but he probably did a good job too. And actually, I think he did something with that character a while back. It might have been the cartoon or something. But Djimon Hounsou, he has the look already with Chadwick Boseman. I know they working him out in the gym like real good so he can be ready. Yeah, he could do it. I saw him at the last I guess Captain America film. I thought he did a good job.
What character would you like to see brought that is a black superhero, or would you like to see played by a black superhero? Like I always thought Storm was black, and they have her in that Apocalypse as like Egyptian girl.
Egyptian, yeah. But there are black Egyptians, so...
That's true, but this girl does not look like a black Egyptian.
Well, she could have been because, the Egyptians or the Africans, because they like to separate Egypt from Africa, it's not separate. But anyway...
it's like you're on the same continent, baby.
They did mix with the Greeks, so forth and so on. They don't talk about that in history. So she could actually look like one. They did have interracial relationships way back then, especially probably even more so because they were much more powerful back then. So that's one thing people have to keep in mind. You said a superhero I would like to bring back to life.
Or brought to the screen.
I'm going to tell you about a black superhero that I like. It's John Stewart, who is one of the Green Lanterns, and I would like to play him as a black superhero. That's what I'm putting out there.
I would like to see you in that suit, too. I'm just saying, I can come help you fit that, Make sure there's no bulges. So,
well, thank you.
Are you blushing?
I think I'm a little bit too dark for blushing, but I'm smiling and laughing.
I don't know. I think wasn't the Black Green Lantern? Wasn't he gay though?
Who told you that?
The comics. He got married in the comics.
To a man?
To him? Yeah, that's usually what gay means, sweetie.
What? I didn't even. I don't read. I don't read too many comics, but I didn't even know that. I watched the cartoons, but I never saw any type of. Well, I guess in cartoons they wouldn't really portray any type of gay, relationships or homosexual relationships going on. But yeah, I didn't even.
Well, they made Sulu gay in the last Star Trek. I mean.
Okay, I haven't seen the last Star Trek.
Did what?
So in the Star Trek that's still in theaters.
Hello?
They made Sulu gay in the last Star Trek. He has a husband and they have a daughter. Yeah, about that. So yeah, Green Lantern is the one that I'm thinking of. He's gay.
Okay.
So Shabazz, honey, you might need somebody else to fit that uniform.
Well, I haven't heard that, but hey, I grew up watching that character, and in the cartoon and in the comic, that never played out. So it's still a character that I like a lot. As a matter of fact, not only I want to see that character, there's a whole community of people, period, across the world that want to see Jon Stewart brought to the screen. So that would be nice.
For me, honestly, I have seen recent comic books, and I guess I'm surprised that the new Spider-Man isn't black, to be honest, because I saw a few Spider-Man comic books, and the current Spider-Man, he's black, and also with the current Captain America, he's black as well. So those kind of things surprised me when I saw the comics, but I'm thinking we're on the, third or fourth Spider, I don't know which Spider-Man.
When that happens, I think I'm going to go to the movies a lot.
Right? Yeah. So I feel like since that's the current comic book, so I was like, I don't know why they couldn't fit that into the installments, with him actually being black. I know it would have threw everybody off, right. But I feel like that would have made sense to me because that's what's going on and that's what's current. So I would have loved to have seen that.
I do think that Avengers as a franchise has done good bringing in black characters. I mean, we had Don Cheadle. He's hanging out. There's War Machine. You got Anthony Mackie. They brought him in. What's his character again? Hawk or whatever?
Falcon
or something like that.
Yeah.
They have him. Chadwick in there. So I think they're bringing him in. I think they're bringing him in at a comfortable pace for all viewers because I feel like you get too many brothers and all of a sudden they're all black. It's going to confuse people. Yeah. So I think they're doing good as far as that goes.
You got all that testosterone and masculinity on the screen, and it's like, they're like, these two guys are looking at me like girls just getting too excited over there. If you have a movie that was a black movie, whether it was white produced and directed or black produced and directed, that you felt did a disservice to black film?
Well, at this point in time, I don't have a particular film, but I would just like to see more films, especially when they do period pieces. I would like to see more films based on the better days of so-called black people, Africans, because, we get new names every so often. We get a new name. But anyway, I would just like to see, better days. I would like to see, movies about the kings, in Egypt, the melanated kings of Egypt and different stories like that. I would like to see. But they are starting to do some things. Like I'm looking forward to seeing the Black Panther. That's a good thing. But when they do these period pieces, I would like to see a positive point of view. I would like to see movies from thousands of years ago before these period pieces we're getting now, which I don't want to see. And I won't support those because I don't want to see those same movies because they've been showing those same movies since I was a kid. And probably before I was even born. So I don't want to see that anymore. I won't support it, and I won't go see it.
What did you think of The Butler? Because that's kind of that walks the line type of thing. But I think it is a very strong, positive piece.
Yeah, it was from the Butler's point of view. Yeah, I saw that movie. I did see that one. I thought it was a decent film. And I thought Forrest Whitaker did a good job.
I think it told an important part of our history.
And I got to say one other thing. I think everybody did a good job. I said Forrest Whitaker, but I think everybody did a good job.
I don't have a specific movie. As if I just start watching a movie and it's bad, I just don't watch it. But I mean, I don't know. Reality TV nowadays too. I feel like that plays a lot of injustice. I mean, I watch BET, and I don't see black people at their best. I see what is the stereotypical black person misbehaving on TV and what people perceive of them. And for me, I feel like that does a huge injustice for all the hardworking black people out there that are trying to do something positive. And what a high majority of Caucasian people watch is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that's their perception of how black people are. And I think that's a huge injustice.
That was actually one of the things I wanted to ask you guys, what you think about reality TV, and does that help or hurt success? Because people want to be famous for doing nothing nowadays. And I think it kind of hurts acting, the craft of acting for everyone, and no matter what race you are. Because then you have these people on reality TV doing nothing but being base and getting famous for it and getting money for it, and then their quality of clothing and quality of lifestyle goes up, and then everybody else is watching them going, well, I can do that. And then these people, because they're popular as reality TV stars, are getting roles in things that you have actors like you guys and like Shabazz and like me, we're clawing for opportunity and not getting recognized because we're not acting base and loud.
I feel like I agree, because I feel like going along the trend or the lines of reality shows hinders the craft and toxifies the industry in a whole. And it's a problem. It's kind of like when you think of like music. Beats are becoming more popular than lyrics, and I feel like that has like a big toll on the next generation on how they see what can be done and what should be done. So when you see these reality shows, it kind of makes them think that, okay, they don't have any respect for the craft or respect for the art, and it does become an art. It's just kind of like more like a popularity contest, how people end up getting booked off of like their following. It's okay, I got more, I'm like Instagram famous or I'm Twitter famous, so I'll be most likely to get a gig over the person that doesn't have that many followers, and I think that's ridiculous. And then so you have people that actually hone their craft not getting those opportunities, and then it's going to end up being more, they have to make sure that they have better content in the films and it's more entertaining versus the acting. So it's kind of like, okay, we can have better special effects and better characters and better fighting and all this stuff that are entertain people and distract them, then we don't have to do as much with the acting, you know what I mean? As long as they have a really good face and a solid look and really good expressions, we can get away with that. So that's how I feel like that's the route that it's going.
Shabazz, what about you?
To a degree, it does hurt, but one of my things is I think everybody who's in this field should do other things. Like if you're an actor, learn how to produce, learn how to direct, start writing, so you can start working on your own projects. That's my thing. I mean, I've done a few films, a few short films, and I've done one feature film that I've written, directed, and produced. So in an environment like this, I think is a perfect time to do it, especially being that there's more outlets where you can get distribution. In the past, it wasn't as many outlets and it wasn't as much information as there is out there now. So yes, it can hurt to a degree, but I think it can also make you more powerful, because now you can decide, am I going to sit here and deal with this, or am I going to do something myself that can propel me to where I want to be? And with that being said, everything you do doesn't have to be great, but you got to start somewhere with doing your own projects, your own productions, whatever you're doing, do something.
Hands, who's doing theirs? I'm the only one raising my hand. Shabazz is over there raising his. Something quick that, number one, that you would offer as an idea or something you might change, or if you had the power, just go, poosh, I want this to happen because it's great and it's magnificent and it will help everybody. Or something you would change, and then something you're working on yourself right now and where we can find you. Trev. I'm pointing to Trev, and Trev is like, man!
That's a tough one.
Your nose is turning pink. I put you under stress.
For me, if I could change anything about the world or
the film industry and world, anything.
Perception. That really is a tough question. There's a lot I would love to do. For me, I love all types of people, and it's hard to see when a lot of these films do injustice for African Americans, but I also think that you can make a change if you're willing to not do it. As an actor, you don't have to do every role that comes your way. So I think people should empower themselves and start, doing what should I do that will empower the youth, or as a superhero, like a Batman, you see him as a great guy, you can be better than what a script gives you.
Right.
You don't have to do it.
Okay, and what are you working on?
For myself, I'm actually I'm in the police academy right now. A lot of people said, what a terrible time to be a cop, but I said, well, what a great time. What a great time to be an African American and show people that there is good.
The best way to change a system is from within.
Correct. So it's not a bad time to run. It's a good time to join and do something better.
That's right. That's why I act nice.
You're not either.
Demetrius?
I would say for me, if I can just make something happen, like like a wish or a snap of the finger, it'd be to change the social norm. I feel like, because I feel like
You'd make him antisocial norm?
What? Anti? No. Just to adjust it, tweak it a little bit. And then when I say change the social norm to a point to where really good black films aren't called that anymore. It's just a really good film. You know what I mean? Or a really good Asian film or Oriental film. It's just a really good film. Mm-hmm. And I hate that you have to classify it and categorize it, and I feel like that we shouldn't be categorized in that aspect. I mean, I don't believe we're one big melting pot. I believe we're more like a salad. It's kind of like, okay, you have different pieces. You know what I mean?
took cultural studies in Utah.
How'd you know?
It's salad.
It's more like
It's a salad. It's a melange.
Yeah.
And it's our ideas are the dressing.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is just that we appreciate everybody's culture, you know what I mean, across the board. So I know there's this new movie coming out with Matt Damon. I think it's like something about the wall or like the Great Wall of China. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh yeah, the wall.
Yeah, the wall. And the writer, she's Chinese, but I feel like that she knew to make it more of a sellable film, she have to have not only a well-known actor but a white actor playing the main role. And I'm like,
Kind of like The Last Samurai.
yeah. And I was like, wait a minute, what is he doing in China? You know what I mean? And then how does that work out? And
How does a round-faced white guy fit in?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, and it should have. I mean, not saying that it has to make sense because it is fictional, but I feel like demographic-wise, why couldn't it make sense?
Hey, Muhammad traveled the whole Asian country, so selling fabric. So why couldn't he?
I guess that could happen, but I feel like the social norm needs to change to where we can have, not just leading African American roles, but also leading Asian roles or Hispanic roles or Arab roles. You know what I mean? You don't have to have somebody that it looks at, but they're actually Caucasian.
Right.
You can have the predominantly black cast or predominantly black crew or Asian crew, and then there not be like some type of hesitancy towards that or some type of weird affliction towards that, because it's kind of like, okay, that's not the norm, versus if you see like an all-white cast, you're okay, dang, that was a good movie, but nobody takes a second look at it. Even us, we don't take a second look at that because that's the norm to us. So I feel like if we could change that social norm, I would.
See, I criticize everything, and of course my goal is to be the token white, not white girl.
I like that. White, not white.
Yeah, because I'm not, and stuff. So, Shabazz, what about you? Oh, wait, Demetrius, you didn't tell me what you're doing.
Oh, what am I doing? For me, as an actor, I feel like I'm being very critical about and crucial about the roles that I take now. I've only been doing it for 2 years, but I'm trying to take it an approach to where I feel like I'm very precise. I've worked with at the Sundance Directors Lab, and it was an all-black cast and all-black crew, and then that was an amazing experience. It was an enlightening experience for me, and I feel like we should have more projects that are like that. And I learned there was like actors that were from Zimbabwe, also Zambia, South Africa. So I learned a lot about the motherland. You know?
I'm gonna be telling you who was in my panel, and you'll be like, "Oh, damn!"
Oh, really? No, but I dug it. I love that experience, and I feel like we should have more experiences like that, and it shouldn't be as rare as it is.
Exactly. Yeah. One of my really good friends who was supposed to be on the podcast tonight, but he's traveling and can't. He just sold a series to BET.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah. He reminds me of Uncle Phil.
What's up?
Shabazz, what about you?
Okay, now if I could change anything, if I could metamorphosize, I'm going to say it like that, I would, if I could metamorphosize something or the world or the universe, first thing I would do is get rid of the word race. Period.
You call it speed walk?
I would just disintegrate it.
You guys forget that I'm a comic, and you guys sit there and look at me like, can we laugh? Sorry, Shabazz.
I would do that because it's misleading, That's the first thing. A lot of people don't understand that. We are not different races. You know, some of us have more melanin, some of us have less melanin. That's the major difference between most of us. And the other thing I would do is I would do more multicultural films, and those films to be, directed by,
Women.
anybody of
CiCi.
color or anybody that's not of color, for me. And those are my two things, because at the end of the day, if we can work together more often, then we'll get rid of all these stereotypes that people have based on what they see instead of what they know.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you working on right now?
I have my film. I've written and directed a film called The Long Short. My goal is to release it in the next, and really soon. And
You play Jay Down in that, right?
Yes, I played Jay Down in The Long Short. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about The Long Short. The Long Short is basically a dramatic suspense thriller about life, love, change, and the will to overcome challenges. And it's told in 4 stories. And in a nutshell, it just shows that we're all human. And no matter what our skin looks like, no matter what city or state you live in, a country, we all share some of the basic things in life.
I like it. So where can we
And to find out...
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead. And to find out.
To find out more about The Long Short, you can go to thelongshort.com. Again, that's thelongshort.com. You guys could also visit ShabazzRay.com. Shabazz is spelled ShabazzRay.com.
Alrighty.
You can find me there.
Trev, where can we find you?
No, right now.
Under a rock.
No, Facebook.
You're not on
nothing
Facebook,
right
Trevor?
now. Nah, I'm on Facebook right now. I just had to take it down for the police stuff that I'm doing. So, but you can find me on Trevor Ryan Clegg.
Okay.
So for me, you could find me on Facebook, Demetrius Daniels.
And at Elevate Talent Agency, because we have the same agent, don't we?
No, I'm with TMG.
Oh, you are? I thought.
Yeah.
Well, what were you doing with our agent?
Oh, I was meeting
I'm
with
with
her.
Elevate.
You're with Elevate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was meeting with her because of a business that we're starting right now. But
Oh, yeah, the website thing,
yeah,
right?
Gap Lab Casting, yeah.
Oh, yeah, which I've signed up for twice. Thank you.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it was the programming and stuff like that. We had to fix
You
up.
need to give me a free account now.
I know. We see what we could do. But yeah, also on Instagram, so it's Demetrius._.Daniels. Also, kind of like project-wise that I'm working on is a project called Wish You Were Dead. John Light is directing that, and it's with, I'm a detective in that one. It's with Brian Krause. He was
All right.
have you seen Charmed?
Yeah.
Which is, he's Leo, the white lighter.
Right.
Yeah, and then he's my partner in that one.
Okay. Well, I will wrap this up. Thank you guys for coming and joining. Shabazz, thank you so much for joining us all the way from New York and giving me an hour.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it is my pleasure. And we have been friends on Facebook for so long that it's so good to finally just reach out and become real life friends. And for me, I will be in a series called Dead Film Society. It's my second part booked. That was supposed to be a man's part. I know.
Congratulations.
I can't get booked as a woman, but I'm getting booked as, stealing men's parts.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting paid. Give me that paper.
There you go.
You can find me at talkingpictures.tv. You can find me on Facebook under CiCi Entertainer and at CiCiChambers.com. And this has been the Talking Pictures podcast. Thank you so much, and join us next week. This will be a 2-part podcast, or was a 2-part, since this is the end of the second part and we have gone so long. But that is fabulous. This is a great topic. I hope to have you guys back again sometime. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.
The Talking Pictures podcast is produced by Talking Pictures Productions. Produced by CiCi Chambers. Find us at www.talkingpictures.tv. Talking Pictures Podcast, distributed by Geek Factor Radio. Also on SoundCloud, Libsyn, and iTunes. Music and sound effects provided by bensound.com. A movie podcast should have more than just rolling on about the recent movies. It should also have stories, background, maybe hosted by an Emmy Award-winning movie critic. We have that on the Talking Pictures Podcast.